You sound surprised, but you're absolutely right. Yes, indeed. The trial this time is to solve the murder of Mukuro Ikusaba.
Are you saying the mastermind is dead? And now we have to have a last trial?
No. It means we were wrong in thinking that Mukuro was the mastermind at all.
I mean, being the ultimate despair seems like a pretty mastermindy title to me.
Mastermindy.
Maybe we shouldn't have been thinking of her as the ultimate despair in the first place.
Yeah.
After all, looking at her profile, I didn't see anything that would fit such a description. All it said was that she was the ultimate soldier.
How'd she die?
If I remember correctly, that other information came from Kyoko. That's what you told Makoto, right?
So that means Kyoko got it wrong?
Or she lied.
Who was she? Who was Mukuro Ikusaba? She's
Are
been
we done
gone
with the
this
class
whole
trial now?
time.
Can we be done?
And when she finally turns up, she gets
Can I just
killed.
declare myself a winner and be like, victory? No?
Usually when there's a scene where an important character dies, it has a lot more detail.
You have a lot more detail.
So you're saying she wasn't an important character, which would mean
no.
she was the same as us. Just another participant.
Then who's the real mastermind?
It must have been the Hope's Peak Academy headmaster after all.
No, the headmaster has nothing to do with it.
But how can we trust that? We already know your information about Mukuro was wrong.
My information was not wrong.
Okay. We're in the middle of a trial right now. Figuring out who killed Mukuro is first and foremost. Please limit all future prattle, chatter, and chit-chat as much as possible.
Fine. Uncovering the identity of the mastermind will have to wait. But remember this. No matter what happens, we will find out who you really are. I stake my family name on it.
Ooh, big talk tugging me.
I have officially decided to completely ignore all such attempts at provocation. Now then,
Good for you.
just so nobody's confused, let me state this one more time for the record. The reason we're having a class trial is because a murder among the students has taken place. Hammer that point straight into your big ol' brain!
What you're saying is that both the victim and the culprit are part of the student body?
Then, one of us killed Mukuro?
So, the only person that knew she existed was Kyoko. At least, to our knowledge, all we knew is that only Kyoko knew she existed, and then when she told us that she existed. So only the two of us knew she existed, at least to our knowledge. Does that make sense? That makes sense to me. But obviously, maybe someone else found out about her, other than us two. I don't know. But then one of us killed
Wait, no! There's a chance that there's some mystery 17th person who's been hiding all along!
Or
Nope! There are only 16 students in total that have been taking
I
part in
think
these
it might have been
events.
Toko. And not Genocide Jill, just Toko. I don't know how Toko did it, but she's the only person that was there, after. She's the person that found her. I mean, I don't know,
Seriously?
man.
Then
I don't know, man.
one of us killed
Well,
Mukuro?
well, obviously just tell everyone.
Who did it? Who's the killer this time?
Get a hold of yourself. We've already narrowed down the list of
I don't know,
possible
because she
suspects.
faints every time she sees blood, so maybe she was already dead? I don't know. This is driving me crazy.
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right, Makoto? Who the evidence points to?
Based on what we know, there can only be two suspects. Makoto, Kyoko, Oh. Nope, wrong.
Shoot!
Lol. Haha.
I'm sure you realize who I'm talking about, right?
Really? It's me?
Shoot!
Me and Kyoko? I said
sure
that
you
already,
will.
but I didn't want it to be true.
I got it!
I didn't want it to be us.
You've narrowed it down to Kyoko.
God damn it. I'm
Why do
dumb.
you say that?
Allow me to explain.
I'm not dumb. I just didn't want it to be true.
Just after nighttime last night, I went to the garden, so I can confirm that at that point, there was no dead body there.
Yeah.
So, the murder must have taken place after I left the garden.
Well, if it wasn't wet, like... Well, I guess the tarp, though, was over it, yeah?
However, Hiro, Toko, Hina, and I were in the gym the entire time.
The gym?
That's right. The four of us were there trying to dismantle Monokuma. The whole time, we were very careful not to go anywhere alone. We even went to the bathroom in pairs. All of which is to say, the four of us all have alibis. The only ones without alibis
Are me and Makoto. That's why you're able to narrow down the list of suspects.
exactly so.
So the only suspects now are me and Kyoko, and obviously it wasn't me! Damn it! I can't let this stand. Somehow I have to clear my name.
I have something I'd like to say regarding the whole alibi thing.
Are you thinking of raising an objection?
Well, before that, I just want to try and get a better idea of what time the murder took place. Doing that might reveal some kind of clue.
Whatever you want. Somebody go ahead and help him out.
Oh, thanks, Byakuya. So
Me and
kind.
Byakuya can both confirm that the body wasn't in the garden at... Well, it was after nighttime for sure. I'd say it must have been around 10 o'clock. So the murder must have happened after 10 p.m.
Then I guess we can say the time frame for the murder was between then and when we found the body?
So 10 p.m. and 9 a.m.
Oh, but what time did
The one who saw the body first was Toko, right? And she went to go get the pickaxe.
I got it!
I got that one, guys.
The body must have been discovered at
Getting those
9
hearts
a.m.
back.
Since that's when Toko went to get the pickaxe.
Now then, Toko, what time is it? Well, when we left the gym, it was a flashback, so I don't feel like reading this shit.
He's right. It had to be around then.
So we can be totally sure the murder happened sometime between 10 at night and 9 in the morning.
Yeah, Manny, you tried. I'm sorry.
For
that you
me,
tried to
I was
say
already
nails
asleep
and gloves.
before nighttime hit.
And I'm sorry.
So I don't have an alibi after 10 o'clock. But I'm sure I met up with everyone else before 9 this morning.
we ran into each other in the dining hall,
I
right?
mean, I guess it wouldn't matter if you wore
That
like
was
fingerless
around-
gloves, yeah? But, yeah, if they're fitted gloves, then
Oh,
you're
yeah.
screwed.
Right around 7:30. I remember checking right before I went in, so I'm totally sure about it.
Which means from 10
Now there's
p.m.
nail
to
time,
7:30
I don't cut my
a.m.
nails.
you don't have an
So I'll
alibi.
wear gloves and they'll just like scratch holes in them. So there's like no point. The murder happened between 10 p.m. and 9 a.m. and I don't have an alibi from 10 p.m. to 7:30 a.m. Okay, then it looks like the game has begun. If I can't provide an alibi for that period, then I just have to prove the murder didn't happen during the time I don't have an alibi. To do that, I have to make it clear when the body ended up in the garden. Sprinklers. Sorry. The beat, man. The beat is taking me.
We've established a time frame for the murder.
Sprinklers. Has to do with
It
it.
took place somewhere between 10 o'clock at night
Yeah.
and 9 o'clock in the morning.
2 o'clock. So why does it say 2 o'clock?
Makoto doesn't have an alibi for most of that time.
Yeah, from 10 o'clock to 7:30.
Never mind, I lied. I'm sorry. Nothing.
Shoot!
I'm sorry.
We've established a time. It took place somewhere between 9 o'clock. Oh, and
Okay,
McCook.
so 7:30 is not there.
That's more than enough time to commit murder, I should think. So Makoto, if you have
what?
any objections, now would be the time.
What? Yeah, it's the sprinklers, but
We've established a time frame for the murder.
so
It
is
took
the
place
10
somewhere
o'clock I
between
have
10
to
o'clock
do
at
it?
night.
Okay.
No!
I just picked the wrong time. That's all. Break it.
Actually, the murder couldn't have happened anywhere near 10 o'clock. It had to have taken place way later.
Way later.
And what makes you say that?
Because of the sprinklers in the garden. The sprinklers are set to go off right at 7:30 every morning, right?
Every morning.
So if the body had been in the garden before 7:30, then it
died.
should have been
What?
completely soaked.
Oh, hold on. I remember this part perfectly. The body was wet. Dripping wet, in fact.
Sorry, Toko, but you're wrong.
I'm wrong? How? Are you saying only the mouth down south was wet?
Oh my god!
How dare you spew such indecent words?
How dare you spew such indecent words? That was the only part that wasn't wet, am I right? Yeah.
No, I'm saying that the body was wet, but not because of the sprinklers.
What do you mean? By denying the sprinkler, are you trying to deny my entire existence?
Pretty much.
Man, you're totally wacko.
If you really think it wasn't the sprinkler, you'd better tell us why!
Because of words. I need to prove that it wasn't the sprinklers that got the body wet. All I have to do is hit Toko's certain evidence, and that should do it. If we look at the body itself, that should make it clear. Huh? The moment of truth. Oh shit, I don't remember how to do this! I don't remember this part!
Nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything!
I don't remember how to do this.
Hold on!
I don't remember how to do this.
Are you
Oh,
trying
okay.
to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I don't know anything! Hold on! Are you trying to blame me?
Oh god,
I
it's so bad.
admit nothing. Are you trying to blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. No, no, no! I
shit.
don't know
Go
anything!
down. Why tempo down? Need tempo to go up. Go
Are
up,
you trying to
tempo.
blame me? I admit nothing. I hate you. How can you say
This should prove it.
Oh shit, I forgot that I actually have to time that shit out. Good thing I did it correctly.
Just remember what the body was like after the explosion, and you'll see why it wasn't the sprinklers. The top half of the body was wet, yes, but the bottom half was completely dry.
Because some guys don't talk like...
If the sprinklers got the body
Yeah, the
wet,
sprinklers got the body
shouldn't
wet,
the
too.
whole body have been wet?
so they only got the top wet? The bottom was completely dry? What a brutal maniac!
I'm so sick of her.
Let's
Right?
just move on. The reason only the top half was wet was because
I threw water on her. She was on fire. That
while
girl
the body
was
was
on
still
fire.
on fire, I doused it with
So I
water.
had to put
But
her out
only
on
the
that
part
song,
on fire,
sorry.
the top half.
Oh,
Oh, then I guess the sprinklers really didn't do it.
So if the sprinklers didn't get the body wet, then the murder must have taken place sometime after the sprinklers turned on at 7:30 in the morning.
but then why was the tarp roll wet and grimy? Like, it still could have happened at the day before,
Which
right?
means she must have been killed sometime between then and when the body was discovered at 9.
But Makoto's alibi was only missing from 10 o'clock last night to 7:30 this morning, right?
Caught
So
it?
there's no way Makoto could have done it. I guess you had an alibi after all. Good for you.
In which case, the only one left without an alibi is Kyoko.
Kyoko. Kyoko's the only one without an alibi, which would mean that Mukoto's killer is... No, I refuse to believe it. Kyoko murdered someone? That's...
I'd just like to say one thing. If you vote for me and I die here, the mystery of this school will stay hidden forever.
Okay, but if you killed someone and we don't for you, we all die.
Which is why I can't let that happen.
Huh?
So are you saying you're not the culprit?
Of course I'm not. I have no reason to kill anyone. This is a trap the mastermind has laid for us.
A trap?
A tarp?
We're this far into the game and now you decide to blame me? Stop wasting time! Stop wasting energy! You really think your little trick is gonna work?
Shut up, you!
You got it, boss! Shutting up now!
Anyway, Kyoko, you actually did have a reason to kill her.
Huh?
She
She
did.
did?
She thought Mukuro was the ultimate despair. In other words, the mastermind behind everything. So
Yeah.
she killed her to try and put a stop to all this. Isn't that right, Kyoko? But you
Kyoko?
made one catastrophic mistake. Mukuro wasn't the mastermind at all. And as a result, we were forced into another trial. Something I'm sure you weren't at all expecting.
So, that was her motive?
You're my
She had a motive and no alibi. Well then, I think it's pretty clear Kyoko's gotta be the culprit.
Well, you said she was a ghost before, so make up your mind. Kyoko?
I'm not the only one without an alibi. Makoto's explanation is still insufficient.
What?
The sprinklers didn't get the body wet, but that doesn't mean the murder happened
Yeah,
when
that's
he
what I
said
was
it.
talking about. The tarp, man. The fucking tarp.
Because you see, there is a way the body could have avoided getting wet.
Interesting. I'm listening.
All it would take is covering the body with a certain something to keep it from getting
I
wet.
knew it! Wait, how did she know about it? Certain something was seen was used to cover the body. It was a bloody duct tape, JK. I know it wasn't that. It was the trap. There it is.
I got it!
It was the chickens!
You're
Gotta
talking
use
about the
chickens.
tarp,
You're talking about
aren't
the tarp,
you?
aren't you? Oh, I
You
don't know why
catch
you
on
started to
quick.
read that.
You're right. All you'd have to do is cover the body with the tarp, and that'd take care of the water. In
True
fact,
story.
that's exactly what the killer did.
Is that what you did, Kyoko? Are you like OJ now? Like writing a book on how you would have done
The
it?
dirt pattern on the tarp can attest to that. Only one side of the tarp got dirty, because that's the side that got covered in water.
But wouldn't the other side be covered in blood?
The side that faced down over the body, meanwhile, kept perfectly clean.
Well, I guess not. No, there would be blood on it, right?
This proves that the killer used the tarp to keep the body from getting soaked.
But why would they go to all that effort just to keep the body from getting wet?
Most likely so they could cloud the issue of when the murder actually took place. In other words,
Smart.
to create an excuse exactly like the one Makoto just gave
Fuck
us.
off, Kyoko. It wasn't me, you piece of shit. Right? Why would she want to make me look like the killer? Just ass. No, I can't think about that right now. But that tarp, man, if it was used the way Kyoko said, the tarp must have touched the body, right? Exactly. But the body had blood on it.
Something's not right.
See,
And what
I
might
think
that
about
be?
all this stuff. I could definitely be a fucking investigator. I could be a detective, guys, in real life. Not in this game, but in real life. Because I suck at this game, but pretty good at mysteries, guys. Can't worry about Kyoko's motivations. If I don't do something, everyone's gonna think I'm the killer. I have to refuse what Kyoko said. I refuse! I refuse you! Make my argument. Body before the explosion exploded, body analysis, fragments near the dead body. Do I have to do a thing?
By covering the body with the tarp, the killer prevented it from getting wet.
So the reason the tarp was only dirty on one side is because the sprinkler got that side wet.
But the underside of the tarp, it was totally spotless, right?
It's because that side was protected from the water. Since it was facing down toward the body, of course it didn't get dirty.
Hey, I did it!
No, it's wrong.
You guys like how I get like so excited and proud of myself when I get it right? I think that's
Actually,
adorable of me.
one side being clean is pretty strange if you think about it.
It is. Manny, you're fucking so troll, man.
Because the blood wasn't dry before the body got blown up, right?
Correct. It was still wet.
Yakuya said it himself. Not to touch it.
Don't touch
or
it, you
could
might
keep
get
putting
AIDS.
a tarp
That's what
on
he
a body in
said.
that state. It absolutely would have gotten blood on it.
Well, maybe the culprit washed it, so nobody would know they'd used it.
That would be so extreme.
If
right?
they had, they would have washed both sides.
Yeah.
Just washing the one side wouldn't hide anything.
Oh, yeah, true.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
More than that, what if the very blood we saw on the body was meant as a kind of camouflage?
Camouflage. Camouflage from what?
What if, after the killer used the tarp to avoid the sprinklers, they then covered the body in blood that didn't belong to the victim?
You mean someone else's blood? Where would they get something like that?
The nurse's office.
I know! They could have grabbed some of the blood packs from the nurse's office.
Oh, who's a genius? I'm a genius.
That's what Hifumi did, right?
Yes.
When he pretended to be dead?
Yes.
No, that's not what happened this time.
What?
The killer
But
got the blood from right there in the garden.
the chicken? Is that why the chicken's dead? Oh my god, did they kill the chicken? Is that why it's gone? Oh my god. No! What? Oh my god, no! I'm so sad! Is this why?
I got it!
Oh my god, that's why!
Could it have been chicken blood?
I'm so sad! I'm so sad right now.
What? Chicken blood?
I know I just got done eating chicken nuggets, but that's a whole different story, man.
When I checked
That's
the chicken
fucked up.
coop before the murder, there were 5 chickens.
That's so fucked.
But after the murder, there were only 4.
That's so messed up.
So, you're saying someone killed a chicken and then covered the body with its blood? Man, that's messed up.
Right? That's what I'm saying. I agree with you, Yasuhiro, for one.
Killing a living thing just to do something like that is awful.
I love her
should've at least
ponytail. Like, what
eaten
the
it.
fuck? She's like, "Arr." I'm mad.
I wonder if the killer
least
had
I've
to get
eaten
the
it.
blood
Fuck
from the
you,
scene
Hina.
so they wouldn't be spotted walking around. Anyway, there's no denying that a chicken went missing, which provides a basis for my theory.
Perhaps, but even so, there's one thing that still doesn't make sense. You said the culprit used the tarp to avoid the water and then covered the body in blood, right? But if that's the case, then the blood should have soaked into the ground around the body. But that's not what we saw. Only the victim's clothing had blood on it. The ground was completely clean.
Yeah.
I have to agree, that certainly is strange. Maybe they didn't apply the blood at the scene. Maybe they covered the coat in blood beforehand.
That would make
Covered
sense.
it beforehand?
When you discovered the body, was it wearing the coat like you normally would?
No.
I think so. Wait, no. The head was through the neck hole, but the arms weren't in the sleeves.
Then that settles it.
Sorry, I'm having a tough time keeping it. What settles what?
Here's what happened. The murder took place before the sprinklers went off.
Okay.
But the body didn't get wet because the killer covered it with the tarp.
Right.
Then, later, at the same time the killer was gathering up the tarp, they pulled the coat over the body. The coat they'd already covered in blood.
Yeah.
This series of cover-ups was meant to disguise the actual time the murder occurred. They wanted us to think the murder happened sometime after the sprinklers had gone off, at 7:30.
Which is why I thought it was Toko. It makes sense.
If that's actually what took place, it certainly becomes possible that the murder happened earlier.
But to pull all that off, wouldn't they have had to go back to the garden after the sprinklers turned off?
That actually wouldn't have been all that difficult.
Huh?
They already had the coat ready, so they just had to grab the tarp and pull the coat over the body. They'd be done in no time.
Maybe. But still,
Hina, after you met up with Makoto in the dining hall, did you two stay together from that point on?
Oh no. I headed off to the gym, and Makoto didn't show up till later.
Then he had plenty of time to spare, wouldn't you say?
Why are you trying to put this off on me?
that's not...
Kyoko!
Don't bother saying it's not possible.
Okay, it's possible, but it wasn't me.
I must admit, Kyoko's reasoning is sound. Makoto's alibi is inadequate.
Wait, was it me? That's cool. Balls on me again, but why? Why is Kyoko trying to entrap me? I don't understand. Kyoko, stop being so mean to me. Narrator, disguised dead body has been added to the truth bullets. Like, why does
Well
that matter
then,
now?
looks like we're back to square one.
Yes?
Makoto's alibi is no good, so once again, our suspects are him and Kyoko.
For serious, man? Which one of them did it? Hey, why don't we let luck decide? Let's flip a coin. 50-50 odds.
Oh my god! No!
Oh!
I was thinking
See?
of the...
Pretty good
Really?
idea.
No, don't
No,
do
not
agree.
that.
Okay.
I just remembered something super serious.
I was like, don't
Well,
you
don't
agree
just
to that.
stand there. Out with it.
You know that knife we found all
The
black
knife
and
is-
burnt?
The one we found stuck in the body before it
That's
exploded,
from my
right?
room, so everyone's gonna think it was me. Yay, me. Fuck.
According to the Monokuma file, the knife went all the way through, from front to back. So, what about it?
I'm pretty sure I'd seen that knife somewhere before. That's
Don't
what I
say
thought
it.
when I first saw it.
Don't say it. Listen, more important, this is a flashback, so here's this knife, and I don't want it, Dogo doesn't want it, let's have Makoto get it. Yeah, let's have Makoto hold on to it. That's how that conversation
The
went.
knife we gave to Makoto?
See? Called it. I remember things sometimes.
You don't seem surprised. You must have noticed earlier.
Yes.
Yeah.
It
Then
wasn't.
why did you hide that fact?
It's
did
not that I hid it. It's just.
I didn't want to mention it because I couldn't be sure of what actually happened last night. Haha, haha. I thought maybe I really did kill her. Haha, haha.
Suspicious. Very suspicious indeed.
So are you, Yasuhiro. Shut
The
the
knife
fuck
we
up.
found stuck in the body came from Makoto.
Shut your filthy
I'm
afro
totally
whore
convinced he
mouth,
did it.
man. It wasn't me.
1000% convinced.
You know what? I hate you. I'll stab you too. Considering everything up till now, I should be able to make it clear. I have to prove that I didn't murder anyone. I'm not the killer. I thought it'd be kind of cool if I was the killer and I got to like throw everyone off track. Whatever. Disguised dead body, exploded body analysis, fragments near the dead body. Okay, I don't think any of this is gonna help me, but let's
The
see.
knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, that seals it.
Just because I had the knife, that automatically.
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, so there's no question.
Wait,
You took that knife of yours and killed her with it.
stab, stab, stab.
What a horrible
No,
man you
no.
are, Makoto.
We already established the coat was put on the body after the tarp was removed. This means the knife was thrust through the coat into the body.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that knife before, that seals it. Makoto did.
Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her, right?
I don't know, man. It wasn't that because they said that
Shoot!
she got hit in the head or whatever with one object. So maybe that's what killed her. But I don't know
The
how I'm
knife
supposed
we
to
found
actually
lodged in the dead body.
convey
It's
that.
the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it? I was afraid of that.
If he did have that, that seals it. Just because I had the knife once, that automatically makes me the killer?
Well, getting stabbed is what killed her.
No? Okay, I have one heart left, guys.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it?
If
Shut up.
he did have that, that seals it. Just because I had the knife, that automatically.
Well, getting stabbed
That's
is what
not
killed her,
did
so
it
there's
though,
no
yeah?
question.
Getting stabbed.
You took that knife of yours and
What a horrible man you are, Makoto.
The knife we found lodged in the dead
I don't
body.
think that's it.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
I don't get
It
it.
really is, isn't it?
Gave to
I was afraid of that.
If he did have that, that seals
Those
it.
are only
Just because I had
two
that
things,
automatically.
yeah, that I can
getting
do.
stabbed is.
So there's no. You
Yeah,
took that
there's
knife.
only
What a
two that there
horrible man
are.
you are,
So
Makoto.
it would have to be the one that they gave to me.
The
I'm
knife we found lodged in the
confused.
dead body.
It's the same one we
I don't know,
gave to
man.
Makoto.
Okay, wrong. We died again.
Shoot!
I died. Game over. Try again, because I'm a failure. I get it. I get it. I suck at this game. And, yeah, let's give it a nice
I refuse to
shot.
give up yet.
Wow. Shoot me, please. How far back does it go? Just that one part, hopefully. And I don't have to start all the way the fuck over. If I do, I'm gonna cry. Is it the disguise dead body? I don't know.
The knife we found lodged in the dead body.
It's the same one we gave to Makoto.
It really is, isn't it?
If he did have, that seals it. Just because I had that automatic.
Well, getting stabbed is what.
I don't get how that's
No,
the answer. Please enlighten me, because I have no clue how that's the answer. Doesn't make any sense to me.
Wait, hold on. The stab wound isn't what killed Mukuro. That should be clear from the description of the cover-up
Wouldn't
we
that
just
be in the
heard.
body analysis, though?
Lies! We never talked about what killed her!
No, don't you
What
remember?
the Monokuma file does, so why
The
wasn't
killer
the
covered
Monokuma
the
file a
dead
fucking
body
option,
with the
though?
tarp, and then put the bloody coat on it.
This makes
right?
me mad. This game makes no sense sometimes. Like, I know the answer, but it's not there, so I have to pick something stupid that is the answer, and it's not the answer. Fuck
In
this
other
game.
words, the victim
Fuck
never
this
wore
game.
that blood-stained
I'm right.
coat
It's
until
wrong. I
after
don't
they were
care.
dead.
Okay, fine. So what?
So, when we discovered the body, the knife had been thrust through the coat along with the body. Meaning, if she wasn't stabbed until the coat was put on, and she was already dead at that point, obviously the stab wound isn't what killed her.